I guess even though we were free, we were still slaves in the mind.
Message! All right. What's going on, family? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Know Yourself Academy. It's your guy, Boro, the Lucky Libra. And as you can see by the title, we are starting the Mercury through the signs series, okay? So we just finished up the low versus the high vibrational side to your zodiac sign. And now we're getting into our Mercury placements, okay? So, before we get into Mercury and Aries, first let's break down Mercury. What is Mercury? We understand that spirits coming into this realm, you know, the planets are our tools. All right, so as a spirit, you're using your sun, you're using your moon, you're using your Mercury, these are your tools, okay? But when we look at Mercury governs the mental body, all right? How we break down our thoughts, okay? So the moon, we know the moon governs how we deal with emotional stability, and it's receiving, okay? So when the moon is receiving feelings, when the moon is receiving thoughts, okay, the moon is also dealing with your thoughts, but when the moon receives thoughts, it passes it down to Mercury, all right, the youngest son in the family, and Mercury starts critically analyzing things, starts seeing the details of things, seeing how things work, all right, is realigning things, restructuring things, it's very curious. So it wants to see how everything works. It wants to see the details of things, okay? So wherever we have Mercury at, this is an area where we're going to be very analytical, all right? And this is basically how we think, okay? And also how we organize our thoughts, all right? How we communicate our thoughts to ourselves to communicate them to others, okay? Now, we know when we talk about planets in the houses, this is the influence of a planet in the area of life. Now, when we have a planet in a sign, this is how you're pushing the planet out, how you're using the planet, your tool, okay? So we know Mercury is how we critically think, analyze, observe, how we break things down mentally, all right? And also how we organize our thoughts and how we communicate to others. Mercury has a lot to do with our communication styles. And Mercury is also the closest planet to the sun, okay? So essentially, you know, like spiritually, your Mercury sign was designed to be in the same sign as your sun sign, but your Mercury sign is based on its travels, retrograde and whatnot. You know, your Mercury sign may be in the sign before or the sign after you, all right, or previous to your zodiac sign, okay? So if you're at Aries, you're only gonna have your Mercury in Aries, in Taurus, or in Pisces, okay? Because Mercury, like I said, is the closest planet to the sun. It favors the sun. It's meant to favor the sun's actions. So also depending on your Mercury placement, these are things that are going to be very apparent within your actions, because your Mercury chakra is basically communicating your sun, moon, and rising's energies. All right, family, so it get deep when we talk about Mercury. We know Mercury's governing all of that shit that we're breaking down mentally when we're dealing with our thoughts, okay? When you hear the I don't know whether to call it a deity or the god thought, like this Mercury, that was Mercury's name, all right? When we talk about thought, all right, all of that comes from the influence of, you know, that Mercury energy. All these planets, they have had many names, so it's important for us not to get lost in the history and how these quote-unquote names have developed in the different spirits transitions that been going in and out these planets, and more so understand what is the energy of that star, of that celestial body, of that body, like what is the energy of that specifically, and that helps us to pinpoint what we're dealing with. So when we're talking about Mercury, all right, Mercury in Aries. Now Aries, you have a fast sign. Aries doesn't really deal with patience well, is on the go, cardinal fire, ruled by Mars. So you have a very passionate, aggressive sign. And when I say aggressive towards taking their actions or taking initiative or setting intentions on actions that they want to take, that they're passionate about, that they're goal-orientated about, all right? So when you put Mercury in that sign, all right, you know, Aries is the I am, is dealing with the self, is the individual outlook, the personal outlook, All right, it's cardinal fire, creating and initiating your own way of dealing with how you see and feel, the personal expression. So when you put Mercury in there, you have somebody that knows, like, the self, understands the mind of a human, the mind of the person. All right, so understanding the I am, understanding, you know, how man or woman thinks, this allows you to easily be able to pick up on things about others just through how they're personally constructed. All right, so in a sense, Mercury and Aries people are always analyzing people's actions, because yes, you have Mercury and fire is dealing with your expressions and your action, but it's to the point where they're able to pick up information and connect things point A to B based off seeing somebody's like presentation or how they express themselves. All right, so a Mercury and Aries person knows how to, you know, decipher how somebody's expressing themselves, how somebody's communicating, and understand, you know, what experiences or things that they've been surrounded through, or what travels that spirit went through in this lifetime to even be the type of person they are, the type of like how they're constructed or whatnot. Like, it's that deep with Mercury and Aries because they understand themselves. Mercury and Aries people, Aries sun signs, Aries risings, they understand themselves. Like, they don't need no initiative or inspiration or motivation. Mercury and Aries inspire, they guide themselves through their thoughts. All right, they don't even, you know, most Aries signs don't even want encouragement, don't even like it makes them feel vulnerable. It makes them feel like in their head, what energy have I pushed off to make this person think I need help, to make them think I'm dependent or whatnot, to the point that the Mercury and Aries people, they know how to see in others, you know, like it's like they also know how to predict your actions based off how you express yourself and how you act, because they know people, they know humans. This is why a lot of Mercury and Aries people manifest into certain careers or whatnot, dealing with, you know, in the psychology department, because they understand the mind, the I am, the self. So they're able to know other people's actions by knowing themselves. All right, and the thing about a Mercury and Aries person, they'll like communicate. They'll express themselves in a way and communicate in a way to you that may be single-minded, in the sense where it's pertaining to personal issues, or maybe selfless, but in some type of shape or form, you know, they may be pushing that energy out or pushing these thoughts out to you in order to help learn about themselves in some type of way, whether it was a selfish statement or act or selfless statement or act. It comes back to learning about themselves. That's why you can't really play mind games with no Mercury and Aries, because they see ahead. The Aries, the first sign, the leader, the I am, the we are here. When we look at the houses and we see these themes, the first house, I am; second house, I have; third house, I communicate; fourth house, I feel; fifth house, you know, I express. When we looking at these themes, you can apply that with the signs. So when you have Mercury in the I am, and you know, you're throwing in the energies of it being a leader, pioneer, headstrong, head first, the ram, you have somebody that's always thinking ahead. And fire, on top of that, when we're looking at elements, fire burns through reality. Okay, so the way these people think, they're always seeing ahead. They're always, you know, predicting pretty much how the conversation or how something's gonna play out based off how you're expressing yourself to them. So, you know, they could be real. This also helps with their communication method, because they could be real witty, sensitive with you, aggressive with you, you know, hidden with the way they're communicating, you know, being a little scattered with you on purpose, because they have been able to break down how you think and communicate and how you may act based off your actions and your expressions. All right. So that's why I say they end up dealing with psychology and whatnot, because they just understand the mind of a human. They understand the mind of a man, a woman. All right, not like, yes, this is one of the Aries, one of the more spiritual energies in the zodiac. All right, every sign could be in their spiritual path. All right, this is a spiritual experience overall. But when we're talking about Mercury and Aries, when we just talking about man, the I am, the first, here, the leader, the starter, the initiate, you mentally these people be there, and they know, and because they have Mercury and Aries, because Aries is the assertive, initiative sign, Mercury and Aries people, they like I said, they don't need inspiration, motivation for nothing. But at the same time, it's like they know themselves. Once again, they know themselves. Like, they know what they like, what they don't like, what energies they want to be around, what energies they don't want to be around, what they want to support, what they're not going to support, what they're going to give a percentage into, what they're not going to give a percentage into. All right. So, you know, when it comes to you trying to swindle them mentally, they're going to pick up on even the way you probably you was communicating at the time, or moving your hands, or expressing yourself at the time, to even understand your true intentions. This Aries, once again, Mars, we're dealing with the word intentions, what you intend to do. The sun is your actions and how you're seen and how you look. Mars is the motherfucker that's taking those actions, or how you're taking them actions, should I say, excuse me, how you're taking them actions and how you're setting intentions for them actions. All right. So when you have the Mercury in there, Mercury and Aries motherfuckers, they know their intentions. Now the thing is here, the negative that comes in, which also a lot of Aries suns and Aries motherfucking risings deal with, is seeing too much, because you're always ahead first. Remember, Mars and Aries energy be on go. Ain't no patience there. It's starter like energies. Create, initiate, express. All right. Especially when we feel or see some shit, we have to give it a shape and form, an expression. Once again, fire's the yang, water's yin. All right. So the water sign's gonna hone in on the feeling. Fire signs, they need to put it into the external, into the is a masculine energy. So when they see something, catch a vision, or they feel something, that has to be expressed. That has to be put in a shape and form for somebody to see, feel. All right. The water sign is a little different. All right. Now, but for the most part, like, these people really know. Okay, back to, excuse me, I almost lost my point. Seeing too much. All right. So it's like, because it's always on go. All right. When you have your thoughts moving that fast sign, fast planet. All right. So when you have your thoughts moving that fast and you're seeing things ahead, that patience in certain situations where you need to let things develop, whether it's a relationship, maybe Mercury and Aries in a relationship, they picking up on vibes about something, they seeing that, they know that their partner is cheat. Like, a Mercury and Aries person will know you're cheating without knowing you're cheating. And how are they gonna know? By the way you start, by the way you were greeting them, by the actions, your actions communicating to them when you wake up and go to sleep. Like, they see all of that. Like, they're gonna be able to pick up, like, they're gonna know by your actions and expression. And if you somebody that don't express yourself or whatnot, then it's gonna be hard for an Aries to pick up on, you know, what type of person you are and how you even got to where you at in life. But when an Aries understands that that's how you are, like, you're not an expressive person, you're not a communicative person, then they don't know why you're like that. Then they're going to start being able to analyze that. Like, once again, the Mercury and Aries person is analyzing the actions, and by knowing themselves, having Mercury in the self, the original man, the original Aries be having the original thought. So they don't need no add-on. They don't need no, once again, inspiration, motivation. They shit locked in. But being able to see so much in certain situations and relationships or whatnot, or situations that you need to just, like, is, you know, somebody playing you or whatnot, and you gotta, like, just let things build up so they can expose themselves. Sometimes Mercury and Aries, y'all won't, like I said, once again, Mercury and Aries sun and Aries rising, y'all might not have the patience in order to let that build up come. All right. So you guys don't want to block opportunities in life because you see ahead too much. And the more you just learn to deal with patience in certain areas, and let things, you know, let certain answers come to you. Not even let certain answers come into you, because it's just that y'all just be knowing. Y'all be knowing when y'all have something from the external realm to analyze, an expression or an action or somebody's presentation. Y'all can pick up so much from that. All right, because y'all know the self. But being able to slow things down to let reality develop. Fire burns through reality. So sometimes y'all could cut right to the point of something in certain situations when it might be a situation you needed to let it have a little bit more time for something to develop out of it. All right. So for the most part, this is the intro to the Mercury through the sign series, and we had to always cap it off with my Mercury in Aries, you know, because once again, Aries is the head. You know, one of these series, we're going to start in the middle, so we're going to start with Libra, we're going to start with Pisces or something. For the most part, let's get into celebrities that have Mercury in Aries. Alright, so we got a couple on this list. We got Albert Einstein, talk about original goddamn thought. You know, Vincent Van Gogh, talk about an original goddamn artist. You feel me? Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock. Okay, Shakespeare. Ain't it funny? Ain't it funny? The Rock is a Taurus, and his nickname is The Rock. We just like, sometimes we don't even be knowing that we like we can't help but communicate and express and act in our energies in some type of way. Shakespeare, Adolf Hitler, Diana Ross, Travis Scott, Shaquille O'Neal, James Brown, and Marvin Gaye. All right, so we got some real original thinkers, original artists, and some real pioneers in a lot of the things they did. You can call Albert Einstein a goddamn pioneer. I don't know so much about Vincent Van Gogh history as an artist and the artists before him and whatnot, but shit, he has some. It seemed like he has some. I think his only painting, I think I seen something that said that painting that he has, I forgot the name of it, but you guys know that, you know, that sky picture with the moon and all that real popular Vincent Van Gogh picture. I seen a fact saying that that's his only picture. That's his only portrait. Shakespeare, you know, so Shaquille O'Neal, pioneer, really changed the game. You know, James Brown, pioneers, Marvin. So come on, fam, you can't play with the Mercury and Aries, man. They be knowing what's up, and you can't swindle them, because they be know they know how men act, communicate, and what they do, and how somebody got to where they're at. Like a Mercury and Aries person can see somebody abundant, see somebody broke, see somebody hurt, and especially if people are expressing those energies, they're gonna know how you got to that place just based off the expression and the action. Because they know the self, and they understand men and women and how they think and how they act. So that's all they need. That's all they need to fucking just map your whole shit. Alright? So shout out to my Mercury and Aries. Shout out to my Taurus sons, Pisces sons, Aries sons that got Mercury and Aries. Alright? And next we're gonna be capping this off with Mercury and Taurus. Alright? So family, y'all already know what it is. Make sure like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure to follow me on IG, all right? And also, you guys want to make sure to tap into gardenofconsciousness.com, where you guys could book readings. We're developing ebooks and getting more free downloadables up there besides the ones that are already up there. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and browse some booking options and see if there's something for you that looks like something that may enlighten you on your spiritual journey, all right? But besides that, it's your guy Boro, the Lucky Libra, tuning in and tuning out. Peace.